Okay, so welcome to the Drunk Truth, guys. We are the Drunk Truth. I am Treasure. Do you want me to introduce you, or you got that?
No, I'm Amy. I'm for
Okay.
sure Amy.
If you don't know us, and which is probably highly unlikely locally,
That is really cocky.
is it or is it true? Well, I mean, maybe
The
not you,
Drunk
because
Truth.
you're really like incognito. I feel. But I'm really out there, so you probably do know me if we're being real.
I heard it. It went pew 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 pew.
It's true though. Like if I'm being real, I get addressed as well. You used to get addressed as the Drunk Truth, but now we are the Drunk Truth. I'm just triggered church now.
I stole
Yeah,
my
my identity. I don't even know who I am.
I
anymore.
attached myself. I'm basically like a cockroach.
What? You couldn't think of any better animal or bug than that.
Fuck you, I'm nervous.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
But yeah, so this is officially our first podcast. We did do an episode before, but we weren't able to drop it. So this is the first time you're going to be seeing us. We're going to be doing this bi-weekly, yes.
Yes,
Every
for sure.
2 weeks on Thursday, Thirsty Thursday, because it fits the theme. And we're just going to basically get drunk and talk about whatever the fuck. Thanks.
Does anybody remember, actually bringing that up, the Thirsty Thursdays, was Pasha's back in the day when it was popping? Was it Tuesdays or was it Thursdays?
It was Thursdays.
It was Thursdays, right?
Thursdays.
Or was it Tuesdays? Because I feel like when Drake dropped
no,
that
no.
song going up on a Tuesday,
No.
I feel like it always reminded me of Pasha's.
No. It was definitely Thursday. People work
Was
on
it
Tu- yeah.
Tuesday?
It was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
It was definitely Thursday. I remember it was Thursday, and I remember.
Yeah, we were at Pasha's. You remember
the
that
time.
everybody in Providence, to the point where you couldn't even move in there. People were dancing bachata, like elbowing people and shit. I'm like, how is this happening? But it works. And
No.
then they had to shoot up the joint,
Yeah.
ruin it.
R.I.P. to
Yeah,
that
no,
guy.
honestly. Oh, damn, that's like very insensitive.
Yeah.
See, this is another canceled part. I'm like,
Already, first episode
fucking
canceled.
hey, like damn, like what the fuck?
No, I remember it was Thursday because my phone used to literally. So this is when like Siri got super advanced and in your business, and very Big Brother ish. And I remember anywhere I would be on a Thursday, it would tell me exactly how far I am from Pasha's. Like every Thursday, because my phone started realizing that I was there every fucking Thursday.
We were there every
It
Thursday.
was bad.
I remember I used to go with this one friend, and that's what I mentioned the last time that I can't. I don't know if people want me to mention their names, but I used to go with this one friend every Thursday. And I
Yeah.
remember we used to drink Henny like crazy. You remember how much Henny we used to all drink?
We liked that
We
shit a
weren't
lot.
getting drunk anymore. We were so used to the liquor. And so one day I'm like, why don't we switch to vodka?
Yeah, we did.
So
go
we
through a
got
vodka
Sky
thing.
vodka and orange juice. Started to get too rocks for our own good, and we're like, this is not a thing. This actually just happened to me like
Yes, it
3
did.
weeks ago. Vodka is not your friend. Just letting. It's a public service announcement. Vodka is not your friend.
Not your friend. It makes you not anyone else's friend either. Because
Do you think that's what makes? Oh, can I say something?
just talk.
Do you think that's what makes white people crazy? Because they love vodka? They love vodka. They love vodka. They drink that shit straight up. They'll make it with olives, like the fucking weirdest shit in the world. They will ask for blue cheese olives.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make
Oh
it
my
any
God.
better.
Literally, someone said to me one time, it was my birthday, we was out for dinner, and they were like, yo, why the fuck do white people always season their drinks, but they don't know how to season
Season
their
their drink.
They do, no. Olives and all this other bullshit. Fucking celery and tomato juice
Celery,
and fucking...
Blood Marys. Bloody
But the
Marys.
chicken,
I
they
said
just be like,
Blood
take it out the packet and throw it in the oven. Like, that's it. Like,
Yo, that's crazy. Because all they give a fuck is about the alcohol. They don't care about what they're
I mean-
taking in food. Wow, that's so fun. I have to write that down. Why don't...
She's gonna research it. She's gonna drop a whole paper. We're excited and everything.
I have to write it. No, I dead ass because that's like I feel like that's perfect. Why do white people? They really do season all their drinks. They make spicy margaritas, but you won't catch them a day eating
actually,
no
I had a
spicy.
really good spicy margarita.
Do not start.
Yeah, you didn't.
No, I agree, but
to Connecticut. Oh, you didn't come. Oh, you didn't come. So I went on a trip to Connecticut and. A white girl who was there was like, I'm going to make jalapeno margaritas. And I was
they won't eat jalapenos.
I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. I'm not drinking that. She's like, I promise you it's good. I'm like, bro, I'm not. It's not happening. Like, you keep talking about it. It's not happening. Well, it happened. I got drunk enough and it happened. That shit was fucking good, bro. Like,
no, I heard that they're bomb.
One of the best
it's basically like mezcal. Have you ever heard of mezcal? It's like a smoky tequila. I had one drink with it. I did not care for it, but I apparently that's like the best tequila to make spicy margaritas or spicy anything with. Like you can make spicy basically anything. I don't know. I do not like Bloody Marys. I'll tell you that for sure. That's disgusting. Do not like anything. So dirty martinis, which is like the olive juice and the Fuck that. No, I'm never going to have it a day in my life. But I do like...
well, I hate olives anyway, so that's not even...
I hate olives, too.
They're fucking gross.
Is that why we're doing the podcast together?
Yes, that's our connection. It's literally the only tie keeping us together is that we don't like olives. If you ever start liking them, our friendship's over.
I love it. I think I'm going to start liking them tomorrow on purpose.
Okay. All right. I don't believe you, but whatever.
You never believe me. Because I like lying for fun.
Bro, all right. So this is a thing that I got into a whole thing with mad people about. I don't understand why people put lime on food. It's fucking gross. Why are you eating chicken?
Where is Brianna and Alyssa when I need them?
Why are you going to eat chicken and think like, this would be good if it was sour and squeeze lime on it? That's disgusting.
So that's the first thing you thought of when we're thinking of olives is lime.
Well, something that's beautiful. Lime. You brought up lime, and then I said I like
lying for fun.
Oh, I thought you said limes. Oops.
You just hate limes.
I don't.
Lime
hate
is
limes.
The perfect thing. So tacos, steak, chicken, drinks, anything. Like
drinks is the only place where I feel like. Okay, it maybe makes sense. Because drinks can be sour. Why are you making your food sour?
You're a super picky eater, though.
I'm really not,
You aren't, though.
I'm really not. I get that a lot, and I don't understand it because I'm really
you don't think you're a picky eater because you like what you like, but you are a severe picky eater.
No, I'm not.
But you are.
I eat most... listen...
What did we get the other day? No, I'm going to tell you something that's going to completely disprove what you just said. We went out to eat in Braintree the other day at a breakfast spot, and she got one of those 3-course breakfast things.
Yeah.
It was like eggs, bacon, home fries, and then you pick if you want pancakes, French toast, or whatever. She picks French toast, and she picks French toast. Do not. Let me at least finish the story. Let me at least finish the story. Okay. She picks French toast, bro. And she says it so confidently. So I'm like, all right. So I pick mine. She gets the French toast. She literally, I'm pretty sure all you did is put your finger on it and then taste your finger. I'm pretty sure that's all you did. And you go, ugh. I tried to be adventurous and try something new. This is disgusting. To the point where I offered, I'm like, take this home to your brother or your mother. Maybe they'll eat it. And I'm like, if not, I'll take it home. You're like, ugh, they're not going to eat that. Take it home. I'm like, French toast? Gross. Like, that's that bad. French toast is that bad. It was not good,
Amy. Did you eat the French toast when you brought it home?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Did you think I just brought it home to throw it away?
I would have hoped so. Like, it was not good. Like, that pissed me off because I always get pancakes. I'm definitely team pancakes, OD. Right. And it was just, I was like, let me shake it up. Let me be different today. Let me branch out, No. That's why I shouldn't do shit like that. Because I always regret it.
So you're trying to change something. Like you're trying to develop into some type of change.
Yeah, like I feel like sometimes you need to change. It invites good things into your life. That wasn't one of them, though. That was not a circumstance that I need
Now,
to change.
how difficult do you think it is to transition into like some change?
As hard as fuck. So basically, I don't know. I've been going through a lot personally recently in a very short amount of time. Like anyone who does know me knows that I've experienced the loss of one of my best friends in April, and then my dad died in October, and then another close friend of mine just died last month. So that's been going on, and then on top of that, I had my own personal situations that was going on. Do you need? No. On top of that, I had my own personal situations that was going on. The last most recent thing that happened to me is that I got jumped. So I've been like trying to change because I feel like something's going on. There has to be some part that I'm playing in all of this. I understand that circumstances happen. Some shit is out of your control, but obviously the past things I couldn't control that just happened. But the other two circumstances that are in, I have to take some accountability for what happened. I was with people that I shouldn't have been with. I was in situations or in places that I probably shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that I have to take an accountability for what part I played. And so I try to change, and I feel like one of the things that was the most wrong with me was that I was very accessible to people. People who don't deserve to have access to me. And again, that's not me trying to say it in a cocky way, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know me and if you are someone who's close to me, you know that I'm pretty much a cool ass person. Like I don't come with drama. Like I'm just trying to chill, have fun, have a good time. I'm trying to make you feel good. You make me feel good. Cool, whatever. But I feel like because I feel like that's my intention always, I assume that's what everyone else's intention is, and have always allowed people to have access to me and like chill with me and whatever. And people aren't like that. Some people are fucked up, and some people are drama, and some people they're just negative as fuck. And so I tried to remove that access, and I feel like the main place that people had access to me was Twitter. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna deactivate. I'm gonna be off this for 2 weeks minimum, because like I just need to remove myself. That lasted 3 days. That lasted 3 fucking days. Like, literally. And the 3 days weren't bad, but then it was just like, I'm fucking bored, dude. Like, I want to laugh. I want to interact. And it's just in my nature to want to interact and laugh and kiki with people I do. I just think, like, maybe, all right, you can remove yourself. I need to establish boundaries without completely disconnecting, because that's not real life. You're going to have to deal with people, bro. Whether you go to work, whatever, at some point in some time, you're going to have to interact with people. But that doesn't mean you can have boundaries. It doesn't mean you need to chill with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to be your friend. You're not my friend. Like we can kiki, we can talk, but that's where we need to draw a line. And I feel like that's what I need to change on. I need to learn how to create boundaries and uphold those boundaries, and not just create them, but actually follow through with them. That shit's fucking hard, though.
I feel like some of the most crazy situations I've been in my life, like as in mentally, have been moments where I'm transitioning, for sure. I feel like every single time that I've made huge transitions in my life, I felt the lowest. I don't think that us as human beings were directly open to just changing. We're not. Like, we're not used to it. I have been completely open to being comfortable for so long, and then out of nowhere, I have to something to better myself. You understand that I feel like this is the process that happens when change comes. You're in a situation, and it keeps happening over and over again, and you make no change. You're basically in comfortability, and you're just doing it over and over and over again. And then you come to basically a crossroads where you're like, am I going to keep feeling this low, or am I going to make a change? Mm-hmm. And most of the time, the change is within ourselves. Like, that is, it's insane to understand that most of everything that goes on within yourself is within yourself. I know that's verbatim, but it's the truth. Yeah. You will sit there for years. I sat there for years blaming it on everybody else. I sat there for years blaming it on everybody else. Mm-hmm. I thought, I'm such a good person, everybody's a piece of shit. Like, why the fuck is this keep happening to me, blah, 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 all this and the third. And then I started to realize, like, exactly what you said, boundaries. Like, I realized I have to understand that it's okay for me to make these changes and keep moving forward. Changes that will also affect myself severely. And then whoever around you is actually there for you will understand those changes. Change is actually something in your life that is inevitable, but it's the hardest thing to...
It's because it's scary, because you don't know if you're changing for the better or not until you're on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes!
You do it, and you're thinking, like,
that's
this is going to
actually
be
the
great
perfect
for
way
me.
to say it. That's
but
actually
then
the
sometimes
perfect.
it's like, oh, wait, I didn't need to change this. And then once you've changed, it's hard to then change again or go back to what... It's basically impossible to go back to what you were before. It's a very scary thing, but it's very necessary. And I think a lot of people don't objectively look at themselves in a situation and understand what role they played. I feel like almost any situation you end up in, no matter how much was done to you, there was something, some little thing that you played in that role that contributed to that happening. You know what I'm saying? And people don't think about that. They just think about, I'm the victim of this situation, and so everyone else is fuck everyone else. But you can't change anybody else. So if you want this situation not to happen again, figure out what the fuck you did so that you don't end up there again.
In that situation again.
You know?
And I think that's a very grown thing to say.
Yeah, bro.
That's I feel like there are people that I know even till this day, because I know a lot of people that are 40, 50, 60 years old that go through I think that's the beauty of life, is that you can know people from all walks of life, you know, and all ages, you know. And I think that's something that me and you have in common, is that we know a lot of people that are all different ages. And I know people that are 40, 50, 60, as I was saying, that still don't hold themselves accountable. Sure. And I think the best thing you could do for yourself is to hold yourself accountable. Yes, there are situations, a lot of situations could be where the person that you were with or who you trusted was fucked up.
Yeah.
But you also understand that you didn't take the measurements to
protect yourself.
So there's situations that you can take the initiative to prevent, for sure. And a lot of times we don't. And it takes a long time to realize that. It takes a long time to realize that. And it's not, I don't feel like it's the person's, not that it's not your fault, but it's understandable.
That's what it is. And I feel like that's why people don't take accountability for shit that they played, because they feel like, okay, now I'm blaming myself for the situation. No, that's not what we're saying, and that's not what I mean. You can take accountable for a role that you played in something. It still doesn't mean that it was your fault that happened. That shit happened and it was fucked up. And whoever perpetuated it on you was a fucked up person. For example, even the story of me getting jumped. It's not my fault I got jumped. The situation didn't happen with me, but should I have been hanging with the person that I was with? Not really. If I'm retrospectively thinking about, that's someone that I knew didn't have my best interest at heart. But they were accessible, and I just wanted to get lit, and I felt like, all right, well, this person's going to want to chill, so whatever. And so I could take accountability for the fact that, like, you really knew that this is not someone that you could trust with everything. You defended them, and you shouldn't have, because you also knew that they were probably someone who maybe wouldn't have had your back. You expected that because that's how you are. But really thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a lot of times where, like, you can just pick up on little shit. It's not to make yourself to blame. At the end of the day, I don't blame myself for me getting jumped. And shit's not sweet for that. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand, too, where I made certain moves that ended me up in that situation. And I didn't need to be.
Scene.
What?
I think that is...
Give her a hug.
No, you have no, this is a...
This girl's scene, like we have to cut the hug out. Like, no one can see us hug.
No, you have no idea, because exactly how you said it, it's not your fault that you got jumped, but I think it was your stupid decision to have hung with.
Yeah.
You're so intelligent. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you for, and that's why I did not want you. I don't appreciate it. You know. And
I know.
You're the best. You always. Yeah. I feel like if you get a good. This is off it. I feel like if you get a good conversation and somebody sits there and like understands you and listens to you, and
You're
then
gonna
also
say this
gives
on.
okay.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
All right. I feel like I don't know. Sometimes we spoke about this the other day. I have a really bad issue where it's hard for me to speak on things. I feel like if I do speak on things, they come out very aggressively and like straight off the bat,
Yeah.
and like not a lot of people understand that, which is understandable
Aries
because
energy.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's literally I have that issue. I just say things straight forth and it
You
just
need
comes
that.
off.
Exactly, it's
but
real.
only people that know me understand that it comes from a good place. You know, I feel like other people that don't know me may think of, oh, she's aggressive or she's rude or she's mean or anything like that. When in all actuality, I'm really thinking of everybody's best interest. In all honesty, I'm really intuitive. And she could tell you that. Like, I really am good at saying like, oh, I don't really like this person. Not don't like this person, but I
have
don't
a bad
really
vibe
trust.
or a
Yeah.
bad-
So I
yeah.
think I'm gonna be careful with this person, but people don't know my character because I don't take the time to explain myself to people. I feel like it takes them like a good, substantial amount of time to get
Right.
to know me. You've known me since how fucking long?
I know.
Every
Middle
single
school?
every single one of my close friends has known me forever, so they know that I always have everybody's best
Yeah.
interest at heart. They will be the ones to. The people back there are saying like, "Oh, Amy's being a dick." They'll be like, "No, that's not her.
Yeah.
Like, that's not whatever. This and that and the
Disclaimer.
third." Yeah. And so, just to know that you're taking those steps, not to be because I don't want you to be the way that because you know how I am.
Yeah.
I'm too paranoid for my own good.
Well, that's-
and I don't. But I want you to be as in like, I think one of the most beautiful aspects about yourself is that you connect with everybody. But the thing with you is that you don't draw those boundaries.
Yeah, at all.
You don't draw those boundaries at all. Like,
At all.
you will connect with these people and they'll be your best friend the next
Like
day.
tomorrow.
It's okay to connect with these people and just connect with them, and that's it. Like, that's it. And that's what I want you to learn is like that. And then I also want myself to learn to just be like a little bit more open.
And I feel like that's why the dynamic of our friendship is the way it is. And even all my best friends, you, Kay, Stefana, you guys are all like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Jimmy. Like, all my friends are like that. You know what I'm saying? They're very,
Cheers.
Yes, cheers, cheers, cheers.
Shit. You need more? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course. Oh, it is
Well,
what
you
it
can
is.
sip it.
Go get some OJ.
Cheers.
Oh, wait, is it pineapple? Damn, that's fucked up. I told you to get OJ. It's pineapple.
But I feel like that's all the dynamic of my friendships. Like, I'm very open. I'll talk to anyone. I'll talk to a stranger. I'll talk to literally have had a heart to heart with like a homeless person before.
And that's what I'm saying.
And I feel like all my close friends are the exact opposite of that. They're very personable. They're not rude at all, but they're wary. You, Kay, Stefana, like all of you guys are like, I don't really know how I feel about this person, or you guys take your time, whatever. And I feel like that's why my dynamic with you guys has worked so well, because I need that. I need someone who's gonna be like, relax, bro. Like, you don't know them. Like, they're not you, and so just calm down. Yeah, you like them, and they're cool, and whatever. Yeah, and that's the thing. And
You've
that's the
always
thing.
come across
Yeah.
to me that same way too, though. So that's why. So when Treasure was like, "Oh, Jimmy's gonna be doing the podcast," I'm like, "Jimmy, like, I feel like so. I met your whole crew back in the day. Obviously, I used to chill around you guys all the time. You were always the most like
Level-headed.
not level. I wouldn't say level-headed. I would not say level-headed.
That's not
I
the
would
word
say
she
the
was-
most like heartwarming. Like, you were the
Personable.
Yeah, definitely. You were definitely the most personable out of your whole clique. You were just such a. Actually, you guys kind of have like a lot of the same.
Oh, you
yeah,
do?
like everybody gets to know you, and like they feel like they've known you forever. You were always like that.
Yeah.
Like, I've always felt that from you.
And that's the thing that makes it so hard, bro, because it's not just you.
How
It's
many
not like
times?
I'm imposing
It's
myself
not
on
just
people.
you.
People
People
want to be
take
close to
advantage-
you. Like, they go hard. Like, I won't search for, like, even as personable as I am, anyone who's close to me knows that I don't really trust people it's very few people that I actually trust really and be open to. But yeah, like I want to because I
listen to
know my
this.
intention, so I expect yours to be the same. But people aren't like that.
But listen
people
to
will
this.
actively seek you out, continue to hit you up, ask to chill with you, do all this shit.
But do you
to just
understand
be
this?
a fuck person. Why?
Do you understand this? I don't think that the times that have been where you have gotten fucked over or anything like that, and I've explained to you that you're too accessible, I don't think that it's completely, I think that it's maybe like 15% your fault. People cling on to people that legitimately are open. They do. They do. It's as if like, if you go to a store and they say everything's free, where are you going?
Yeah.
To the free fucking store. You have to understand that with the personality that you have, Jimmy, that connects with people so easily,
They want
you're going
that.
to draw in everybody.
You make people feel good.
You're going to draw in everybody. But what the change has to bring, which I feel like the change is actually kind of like our vibe right now, is change, is letting that be an effect to you. I guess that's what I want to say. Like letting that be an effect to you. You want to be that person that still is, all right, you connected to me. I'm understanding you. Because I think what is beautiful about you and Jimmy, what I felt like when I met you is that I felt like I've known you forever. And I feel like I could talk to you about everything.
Yeah.
I could talk to you about everything. But what you have to understand is that it's okay if the other person talks to you about everything. You don't have to do that too.
Yeah.
You can be there and be that person because I feel like you're meant to be that person. You don't have to be on the other angle like, oh, let me explain to them my situation so they feel better. No, don't do that. And don't get yourself and trust them because you feel as though they went through something that you went through too.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's change. And then the complete opposite of the spectrum is me, where I feel like I've been opening up. I feel like the levels of transition and change that I've been taking is opening up little by little. I grew up basically very secluded, like to myself, like, and you know that, like, I was just like myself. Like I was very observant. I literally take into account everything that goes on. And then when I met you, I met Yaneli, I met Alyssa, I met every single friend that I'm still friends with, even every single friend that I know now, like Stefana, everybody, like everybody that we have in that circle. Even if we're not talking right now, like for sure, like I've come to figure that maybe I should change a little bit and be a little bit more open, you know, because I think sometimes what hinders me is that I just close off. Yeah. I just basically, they should know how I feel and I'll dip. Yeah. You know how I am. I'll dip. I think a story that's worth saying now is that me and Treasure didn't talk for
2 years?
2, almost 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
2, almost 3 years. We went through a crazy friendship breakup. It was basically a breakup.
It was a breakup.
It was a breakup. It was a breakup. I think May 2015.
That was the biggest heartbreak I ever had in my life.
It was for me too.
No bullshit.
It was for me too.
Romantically, never. Like, oh, okay. Like, I'll cry for like 2 days and then I'm over it. On to the next. That shit.
May 2015.
Proof.
Bro, I used to have that issue where I would just like eat shit because I don't linger on things, and you know that about me. I don't linger on things, but then I fail to realize that when it gets brought up again, those emotions come up again. Yeah. So I do linger on them. It's things that I don't know.
You're not internalizing or expressing it in the way that people think. Yeah.
And so after that had happened was 2000. It was May 2000. That's crazy. And we're in 2020. Oh, yeah, no, I remember. Don't worry. I remember.
That's so traumatizing. It was for both of us. She remembers the date.
It was May 2015. I know that for a fact. And then we started slowly, like, developing our friendship again. Mm-hmm. And the other day, we got into, like, a little semi-argument. Mm-hmm. And you expressed that you felt that I just eat shit and I don't say anything. And to be completely honest, she was reading me. She was fucking reading me right there. And I was just like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
I
was
have
just
I have to change that aspect within myself. I can't be, because this is the thing. I feel like when I say things to people, they automatically make it like some big fiasco.
Yeah.
And I never
More than
want
what
it
you
to be,
meant it to
and I
be.
never want it to be a big fiasco. So I hold it within. But then at this point, I think I'm very unapologetic with everything else, so I have to be unapologetic about things So.
And I feel like that's what happened, and I brought that up that day when we argued, because I feel like that's what happened when the first friendship breakup happened. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what you were saying
was
was not
huge.
wrong. All the things that you felt about what happened in our friendship at that time was 100% correct. It was just like,
I had never mentioned
knew.
it.
I never knew, like, you know,
I had
because
never
I was the type
mentioned
that
it.
I'll get fucking heated. I'm still the type, I'll get fucking heated. I'm going to say everything that I feel about why I'm heated right now. I'm a T right now. But then I already said it. So you know, you can choose to either fix it or not fix it. And then we're going to go from there. If you choose to fix it and make it right, we're good. I have no problems with you tomorrow, like at all. I'm not harboring anything because I've said everything. Or you can choose to not fix it, and then we just won't be friends, and that's fine too. But I also still don't harbor any hard feelings because I've said everything that I felt, and I felt
that's
like
what you
you
have.
were the
Yeah.
opposite. You were just like, oh no, okay, whatever. Like I don't. I
With
don't wanna
you,
talk-
with you,
with
yeah,
me.
with you.
You were
People
like,
that I
oh,
love, yeah.
You were just like, oh no, I don't want to talk about it. Like we're fine. Like we're good. And then so once it boiled over for you to a point where you couldn't handle it anymore, you were saying everything, and I could understand how you felt, but it was just like, why didn't you say that when this happened and when this happened? I'm thinking we're good because I'm good, but you're not good.
It's
And that's
the
why I was
truth.
telling him, like, yo, bro, like, if we go back and forth, I know that I can be very vocal. I know that I can be aggressive sometimes. I know that about myself. It's just how I am. It's one of those things that I have learned how to retain a lot. If you've known me since high school, you know that I'm definitely better at it than I was before. Because before I used to there was no boundaries, there was no lines, nothing that I wouldn't cross. Like, I'm trying to violate. Now I know, like, I love certain people. I don't want to cross that line with you. I'm upset. I'm going to let you know that I'm upset, but I'm not going to, like, jab or hit below the belt. I'm not going to do that. There's no reason for me to do that or get off the topic to prove a point. Like, we're going to talk about what I'm upset about right now. And that's what I was telling him, like, yo, bro, like, don't, because you feel like I'm upset and angry or whatever, hold back how you feel. Because how you feel about the situation matters too, even if it's not the same way that I feel. I don't want you to placate my feelings because you feel like, okay, that's going to make us be fine. It's not, because you still feel what you feel. And you're still going to feel it tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after. And I can't fix something that I don't know about.
And that's what you taught me very well. Because that's the thing is, like, if we're going to talk about aggressive, for sure, I take the cake on that. It was with random people or people that I used to not know. This is me back. I'm not like that. I'm aggressive in general, but
I need to pee.
Oh, actually, I do need to pee too. So let's
We're gonna
think
pause.
about aggressive.
Yeah,
Okay,
remember
that's
that.
right.
You're going to
Yeah.
remember it. Okay, so we
Let
had
me
to
go.
take a little intermission because the kid had to pee. But we're back now. So you were saying.
And I had to smoke dirty ass cigarettes.
I want one.
No, Jimmy,
No,
you're
you
not
do
gonna
not.
do it. You're not gonna do it. No, listen, before I get back into what we were saying, if there's something that has been the hardest thing for me to quit is fucking cigarettes.
Is this chapstick?
Yes, babe.
I
I got
This is not gonna make my shits white in the
no,
corner, right?
no,
I'm on camera.
that I got put on by
All right, we'll talk about it later. I know that's okay. Let's talk
Okay.
about
I just don't know if people don't want me to say their name on this joint. But back to what we were saying, the aggression, right? So I feel like my personality is just pure aggressive. Like, I feel like in the good and bad, I feel like I'm good as in, like, everything I want to do is, you know how I am. We're doing this at this time and we're doing this at that time and we're getting this done and we're doing this.
I love
So
that, 'cause
then
shit
it
gets
comes,
done.
yeah, but then it also comes in negative aspects as well. And that's what I also feel like was a big beacon of change, which was one of the hardest things for me to do, was change how gun-ho and direct that I was. Because you also have to realize everybody perceives and thinks things differently. And I did not think about that ever a day in my life. I thought, oh, I'm honest, I'm genuine, people are gonna fuck with it. Like, no. People do not fuck with that shit. Not like that you shit. Really have to read the room. We're
always the bad guy, Chun-Li, bro.
People have to read the. But then I also do feel like, Treasure, that you're really good with that, because I'll be direct and honest with randoms. And I feel like you're not like that. I feel like you're direct and honest after something's done to you. I feel like I can be after tactful. Something. You're like, very like. It's after something's done to you that you will become direct and honest. Yeah. But before that, I feel like you're very. You're that networking person. You're the person that you just connect to people. And then me, I'll meet someone straight off the rip, and I'll be like, no, this A, B, and C, and D. And then I'll be like, why does everybody hate me? And then I don't realize. But I feel like that was one of my biggest points of change, is realizing that your opinion doesn't always fucking matter. And maybe you should read the room. For once in your life. Read the room, you know?
Honestly, yo, now that I think about it, like, how the fuck did our personalities match up to become... Even our, like, how we met each other, like, how...
Do you remember? Can you tell the story of how we met each other? Okay. Oh my God, this is actually crazy. Tell the story.
It's so fucking weird. Dude, it's so fucking weird.
And then I'll tell it from my point of view, because it's so funny. Yeah. It's so funny. Keep going. Go. So
I used to be really cool friends. This is middle school. So, like, 7th grade.
Yeah. It was, like, 7th grade, yeah.
Yeah, because I...
No, it was 8th grade. It was 8th grade. 7th
grade, I didn't really fuck with anybody because I was, like, the new girl. And then 8th grade, I was, like, I'm in there. You know? Yeah, you know? And so, 8th grade, I was really cool with this girl who was in the gifted program, because our our middle school used to have, like, a regular and a gifted. I was supposed to be in gifted.
You guys had, like, a little clique.
I was like, yeah, nah, fuck that. It's a bunch of racist white people the whole time. Nah, it was a bunch of cool-ass people in there. So I got cool with one of the girls in gifted. And she was like, yo, there's this girl who's like, what? I don't know what she was trying to say.
She was saying that I was obsessed.
That you were stalking her. Yes.
That she feels like I'm going to come out of her closet, like some crazy shit.
She literally said that, like, verbatim. She was like,
bro, no, that's what she was saying.
With me. She's going to, like, pop up in my closet one day. Like, literally verbatim. That's what she told me. And me, being the Captain Save-A-Ho always, I was like, what?
That person was a Cancer. That person was a Cancer.
Yeah, bro. I've always been this way. It's so bad. I was like, what? She's going to do what? Hell no. So I hit up Amy on AIM. This is AIM days. And I'm like, yo, my friend feels uncomfortable. I'm like, you're going to do this? What the fuck's your problem? Blah, blah. And Amy's just like, no. This is really what's going on. I'm not tripping over her, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, she told me a whole, like, different side of the story, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, this is crazy. And I'm like, oh, damn, like, and she's like, nah. And I'm like, oh, damn, like, my bad. Like, she made it seem this way, so I thought it was this way, da-da-da. And she was like, no, I appreciate you for, like, hearing me out, blah, blah. After that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Bro, this is exactly how it happened in my eyes. I had this friend that was clearly going through it.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even remember how the argument started, to be completely honest, but an argument started. And I remember, you know how vocal I am. I always want things to, like, be hashed out at some point. Like, I'm like, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
She wasn't that type. She would just, like, let shit wander and then out of nowhere. So I'm like, well, we need to talk about it. We're not just friends. We're really, really, really good friends.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about it. So she ran with the fact that because I wanted to be vocal with it, that I was, no, like, when I say she ran with the fact, like, she went 0 to 100. This was middle school, though. So we're all young. Like, we're all stupid and immature. Yeah. Like, I would never hold her against this, ever. Like, we were fucking young. But she ran with the fact that I said that I wanted to fix this, that I was going to show up in her class. I remember she said
exactly that.
She's like, Amy, you make me feel good. I'm like, I think you need to take a breather. And I think you need to think about things a little bit more logically. But okay. And then when you hit me up, you actually weren't rude at all to me.
Yeah,
you were just like,
what's going on?
You were just like, what's going on? My friend feels this A, B, and C. And then I just told you straight up, D, E, and F. Like I was
And I
just
was
like
like,
this, and you were like, oh, and then we hit it off.
Okay.
And
I was just like Kiki, and I'm like, oh,
what's
she's
the
cool.
craziest thing is that then you and I end up in classical. Ninth grade, we weren't really that cool.
We
And
weren't.
then
It was
10th
just kinda
grade,
like, oh, hey, what's up?
we had a class. It was me, you, Stefan, and Yaneli. Me and Yaneli are close. You and Stefan are close. But then Yaneli and Stefan are close. And then it just kind of bridges
I'll
the gap.
never forget. Like, I feel like it's just so fucking
Are you gonna
ironic and
say
funny.
this?
Yes, I am gonna. You know exactly what I'm saying.
Ah, Karan.
Bro.
Are you gonna say the story?
I don't know if we're talking about the same story, but I feel like the moment that I remember, I was like, this girl's kind of crazy, bro. Like,
No,
I
don't
like
do
her.
it. I already
don't
know what story you're
bro,
gonna say.
We had a project that we had to do, and they grouped us up.
Oh my God.
And I think you were in my group, right, for the project. Bro, I don't remember what I said to this girl. She was just crazy. Like, it's going to sound crazy to everyone else, but if you knew Amy or Yaneli in high school or ever, they were fucking nuts. Like, they were nuts. It was not they were not normal crazy. Like, they were just different. But I've always been attracted to people like that. Like, I like crazy people.
That's a great thing
Literally,
to say.
no, I literally have. Like, if you go through my dating history, it makes sense why it looks the way that it
Wait,
does.
do it again. Ha ha.
Like, it makes sense why it looks the way that.
Isn't that Chick-fil-A guy,
that guy-
or Wendy's guy, Chick-fil-A? He goes, ha ha. All right, keep going, keep
It
going.
literally it makes sense why it looks the way it does because I don't know, I like crazy people and we were in a group and I forget what the fuck that I said. I forget what I said to you. Like, what? I don't know. We weren't arguing. Like, it was like you were joking. Like, I knew you were joking. This girl literally spits. We had a project, like those big poster boards that your mom goes to Walgreens at like 1 a.m. because you didn't do your project. We had one of those. This girl spits on the fucking poster board.
It was because of Karan. I hope Karan hears this. It was because of Karan.
Like, what? Fuck this. Spits on the shit, closes it, opens it, so the spit spread. And I was just like, this girl's nuts. I want to be her friend. Like, literally, after that, we were best friends the next day. Like, I was just like, yeah.
And that ended up being something completely vile and classical because I'm pretty sure. Shout out to Mr. What was it?
Mr. White.
No, that vice principal. What was his name?
Mr. Baldassar.
Baldassar. He's the
his
only one that
finance.
held us down because Miss Batty hated us.
Well,
Miss Batty,
Mr.
I'm
Baldassar
sorry,
never said
but
that.
you hated us. You told me to basically leave the premises at the end of 11th grade. You were like,
But, like-
I think it's better for you to go to a different school.
But wasn't it Ames? Because you never came to school. Honestly, you used to leave me for dead. Honestly, I feel away. Let's talk about it. Because I'm upset. Like, I'm upset. You know, like, you have that best friend in school that's the only reason that you're going to this class.
But
is because-
Yaneli was that person too.
But I never had classes with Yaneli. I had classes with you, and you would never come. Never come, nigga.
I came to see
So-
Mr. DeRizio, and that
No,
was
yeah.
it.
So me and Amy used to have mad classes together, mad classes, and this was my best friend. So that's perfect. That's a dream. Everyone wants that. Like, people go to their counselor to switch their schedule to have classes with their best friends, and we just always happen to have mad classes. This girl would never come to school, so I would just be hung for dead. But okay, whatever. I get along with people, so that's cool. But there was
Yeah, I
one
get along
teacher,
with people.
so it's cool. But there was one class that I fucking despised it. I hated it. Miss LeClaire, I'm gonna fucking say your name.
I almost fought
That
her, so why would
lady-
you want me to go to that class?
lady torched to go through it with me. Why you being
Do you
selfish?
remember? Do you remember that I almost fought? You remember?
All
My
right.
mom had to come to the
But
school.
we should have went through that together.
I'm
You
sorry,
left
mom.
Me for dead.
I'm sorry. Oh wait,
Listen,
my mom's
this
not gonna
lady-
listen to this actually. So
She is.
no, my mom's not gonna listen to
Okay.
this. No,
Anyway, that
it's
lady
not
used
happening.
to torture me. Like, I don't know what
Yeah,
I did
she
to
did.
her. Yo, she hated me. Like, despised me. Like, every part of me, she hated it. I remember one time I walked in the class, the bell just
She told
rang.
you.
Yeah,
remember.
It was me and some other kid. We both walked in at the same time because we both had the class together, and that was my boy. The bell rang at the same time. We walked in the same time. She was like, Treasure, get out. I'm like, what?
Kid,
she told the whole class the assignment, what they were doing for the day, what the grade was going to be for the day. Let me come in after and told everyone that they could not tell me what it was once I got in. But so everyone's just mute sitting, and I'm just there like, and Amy was not there either.
But don't you think that falls into the fact that everybody always ropes me and you together?
Yeah, bro.
Because I feel like I feel like you never had any issues in classical. You were never a bad egg. You were never.
The only time I ever got in trouble was
the time that it was with me.
Every time.
I was a bad egg. I have to admit it. I was a bad egg in high school. I was horrible. And I feel like all those teachers roped you into me because we were always together.
But not even teachers. People.
The only one. People do that.
If Amy's mad at someone or has an argument with someone, people automatically stop talking to me. All for it.
And it's the
anyone that she
vice
argues with
versa.
and vice versa, they automatically stop talking to each other because they just assume like group effort. And
back in the day, I do understand with our friends back in the day because we were so codependent.
But I was still
we
nice.
weren't. No, but I agree. But we would always. We can't lie. We always used to find a reason to be like, oh, this person did this. So, fuck it. I don't need to be friends with them. Now, it's definitely we hold each other accountable. But grown.
They still do it. People still do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to go away, but I think till the day that we fucking die, people, if one of us is mad at someone or whatever, they're going to hold the other accountable. Like, I honestly, whenever you get into something, I'm like, all right, let me prepare myself in advance for this person to be mad at me or find some reason to be mad at me or whatever. I have to, because they just do. They rope us in together all the time.
And that's why we decided to do a podcast together.
Period. The bad guy Chun-Li's. That was the backup name.
Everybody hates us together, so might as well do something together. But then we hate each other too.
People hate us and they love us too. Like they can't choose. Oh, thank you.
Oh, Jimmy. Whose dick you sucking to?
I don't. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just kidding. Maybe. Who knows? Nah, Jimmy, I was so excited when I learned that you were gonna be the person of the podcast. Like, you have no. I asked her. Like, I kept saying, I was like, oh my God, it's Jimmy, because it's somebody that I've known. I haven't. No, I got through. Alyssa sent me the link. The only thing is that I worked like a motherfucker these past few weeks. She sent me the link. I saw her maybe Wednesday night, I think it was, and she sent me the link. But I have not been able because I've been working like a motherfucker since then. No, I will watch it. I promise.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I will watch it.
I've watched it. I've watched a couple episodes.
I'm
the first
down
episode I
to
actually watched
crossover.
of yours was the one that was dedicated to Cassie. That's how I even knew you had a podcast, and I was like, oh shit. And then I listened to it. I did cry. I cried. And I was like, this is it. Yeah, I know.
Crying
I remember
is
you
good
saying
emotion.
that. Yeah, no, honestly, people hate crying. I love crying. I love crying. I love it.
No, this is actually like a good conversation to have real fast. Is I used to hate crying. You know that. You remember before that you used to say, now you don't say that, but before, I think before our 2-year pause, you used to be like, I think I've seen Amy cry like one time.
Yeah.
And I used to get very emotional by things, but I used to always put it into aggression.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I could not cry. You know when you get yourself to that point where you're just like, there's no point in crying or whatever. Now I've come to realize, like, I learned something within myself is that crying, I feel like, is like
it's
freeing.
A release, dude.
It's freeing.
Exactly.
So I cry, even if I don't want to cry in front of people because I'm not.
Yeah,
at
no,
that.
I don't care to cry in front of
I'll
people.
cry in front of you. I'll cry in front of like my other close friends, but like in public, no. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But I'll cry by myself, and it does definitely feel like a release. I don't understand why people feel like crying is
weakness.
Weak because it's such a release. I feel like it's weak to not be able to put up with those severe emotions, you know?
That's exactly how I feel.
And that's a change.
That's exactly how I feel like. Literally, I feel like crying is definitely release. Like, there's times where, like, I'm just like, oh.
Red Bull.
Oh. There's times where I'm like, yo, I'm just going to watch this sad-ass movie or listen to this sad-ass song because I just want to cry. Because, like, You need to get that shit out, bro. Like, I don't know. I think to me, the weakest shit ever is to not be vulnerable. And that's coming from someone who couldn't be vulnerable before. You know what I'm saying? To me, you not being able to show that you have human emotion is weak because you care about what other people are thinking about you. That's where it's coming from. You care so much that people are gonna think you're weak, whatever. That in itself is weak, bro. What the fuck? These people feel that shit. They feel that shit whether they show you or they don't show you. Unless you're a fucking psychopath or a sociopath, you have feelings, you have emotions, you get sad and you get cry. I think the hardest thing in the world to do is be vulnerable. So to be able to do it makes you stronger than someone who's like, I don't give a fuck about none of this and nothing and nothing. That doesn't make you strong, bro. Everyone sees through it. Anyone who has an emotion or even half a brain sees through it. And you look weaker to me doing that than someone who can be like, yo, nah, this bothered me and this is how I feel about this and whatever the fuck. And I feel like it's no benefit to you. Like you're hurting yourself doing that. Harboring negative feelings is not a good feeling. That shit is literally feels like a weight on your chest physically.
So this is my question. Do you feel like when you succumb those emotions and don't let them show or like you don't feel those emotions, do you feel like that's what kind of this is actually like a conversation for another day, obviously. But this is what happened today. This is it's way too deep. It's way too deep. But do you feel as though like when but this is I feel like this is a whole nother conversation. But this is just like
we've only been talking about for 30 minutes, he told me. So we have time.
Do you feel as though then do you feel as though that those emotions that you hold in, that you completely disregard, can that develop basically an emotionless person, like somebody that could be psychotic, that somebody that could be bipolar or somebody because you just feel trauma basically.
Maybe not bipolar because I do feel like I went to school for psychology.
I know. I didn't mean to say that.
To some high key degree know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to shit like that. So
you do.
But maybe not bipolar, but sociopathy and like psychology, like psychopaths, like. Yeah, most of them, if you really look into the background of a lot of, yes, there are some kids that are born sociopathic or psychopathic. Like they are through this, for whatever reason, they don't feel shit, whatever. But there are, if you look into the background of most psychopaths or sociopaths or serial killers, and again, I don't even want to associate the two because you can be a serial killer and not be a psychopath, and you can be a psychopath and not be a serial killer. But if you look into their backgrounds, a lot of their backgrounds are fucked up. They're really fucked up, and they've really been through a lot. And
they've never been able to develop those emotions. And the way that they learn how to cope with it is to desensitize. And that's something that I was even talking to you about. I was literally telling Amy the other day, like, and I'm in counseling for my shit because I'm like, yo, I don't want, not to say that, like, I'm on the path to be a fucking serial killer, like, ill gross. Like, no. I don't. Canceled.
That's not. Yeah, gross. Like I don't want to fucking kill people.
You just got
like,
canceled.
No, I'm not a fucking serial killer, as far as I know. But what I'm saying is like I feel like because of all the things that I went through and the time span that I went through it, I have developed this pattern of like, okay, when I went through the first thing, I fucking tripped out. You know where that ended me up, and that's something that we'll definitely talk about in the future at another time. But you know what I went through after Spicy's passing. And then I lost my dad, and then I lost my homegirl Cass, and then so I feel like after shit kept happening, I developed a different way of coping with it. The first time I lost my shit, I was mad emotional. I felt everything, and it was just too much. And then I started to like desensitize myself. Like after shit would happen, yeah, I was sad about it, like the day or two or the week or whatever. But then when I was sober, I didn't feel anything. Like I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel happy.
You also forgot Laura's passing.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
That
forgetting
was
that.
no,
I'm
not forgetting. But that was like the tip of the iceberg. Because you guys hadn't seen each other for so long, so it doesn't feel like. Yeah, but that's still something.
It was still a lot, you know, and that was like the brink of it.
Get the Red Bull.
But it wasn't until Spicy had passed that.
The Red Bull.
Oh, it wasn't until Spicy had passed that I had felt like what it knows to feel like someone you lost that was close at the time. Because me and Laura were best friends.
That's what I'm saying.
But at
is
the time that she passed, we were not. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a distance.
So
but
it
still
didn't
hurt.
hit as much
But
yet. But
when you
then
lose someone that you're
hits.
close with right now, that shit hits different, right? Then you lose a parent, and that shit hits different. And then you lose someone else that you're close with at the time, and it hits different. And I feel
It's like a domino effect.
yeah,
basically.
and I felt like I grew to have this pattern of desensitizing myself, like feeling like, all right, I don't feel nothing. Like I'm sad about it right now because I just found out about it and I'm crying about it, whatever. But when I was sober, I wasn't happy, but I wasn't sad either. I wasn't mad. I wasn't nothing, and I couldn't feel anything until I was like drinking. Then all the emotions that I really felt would come out and shit like that, you know? And I feel like that's what happens to sociopaths and psychopaths. Like, they go through all this shit and they felt everything that they felt when they were getting abused and raped and whatever, all in trigger warning, but all these things that they're going through. And then one day they just like, I don't feel shit. They just shut it off because it's so easier to not feel anything than to acknowledge how you actually feel.
And that's unfortunate because I feel like
it's scary.
You know what's crazy is that getting into this topic, I feel like it's unfortunate because I feel like because they didn't have somebody there willing to unconditionally love them, you know? So my upbringing was I had a really good, I really hope my parents don't watch this. Like, I really, really hope. No, this is like, I had a really amazing mother. You know my mother.
Yeah,
amazing.
the best
like heaven sent. Like, I wouldn't be the person that I was today without my mother. She is even opposite of me. Like, my mother is just a saint. Like, legitimately a saint. Like, she's beautiful. Like, everything about her. And then I have my father, who's on the other hand, I don't want to put it on air. Like, God damn, you fucking crazy motherfucker. He's crazy. So I felt like if I didn't have my mother in this situation, I could have definitely turned out into something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think about all these other people that go through these situations that they end up as sociopaths, bipolar, or anything else that it has to do with mental disorders because they did not have that kind of guidance during that time. And that's unfortunate because I feel like the world we live in, there's no room for that. I feel like everybody's so judgmental. I feel like nobody wants to take the time. I feel like everything is kind of just like a projection of whatever's going on. And so these people don't even get the help that they want. I mean, look at the world we live in. These people, shit happens, and then what do? They get thrown into a mental institution, and then
that's really not doing
that
anything.
Nobody gives a fuck about them. They don't have no type of family around them. The people that should be running the mental institutions are people that actually care about people. My mother, God bless her soul.
Keep talking.
I'm
gonna pee while you keep talking.
Yeah, my mother not ran, but she worked for a postpartum depression unit for, I would say, about 13, 14 years. And she said it took everything from her mentally. Like, it was completely something that just dragged her. Not in a bad way, but it could be in a bad way, but in a good way. Like, she wanted to do that. My mother's she's meant to basically develop people. Like, she's meant for that. She's so emotionally intelligent, like, that she's meant to do that. So she did that for 13 years. But I feel like people that actually give a fuck in those regions, like nurses, doctors, anybody that works in the health field. Health is mental, physical, everything. If they really give a fuck, it tires them. It worries them. Like, it completely takes everything out of them because you're legitimately working with 50 patients at once that you have to give a fuck. I feel as though that my calling, I feel like I have two callings in my life. I feel like I should have been a lawyer, but it wouldn't have worked for me because I'm not a liar. So I already dubbed that. And then another thing too was a psychiatrist. But I know for a fact why the psychiatry wouldn't work for me is because I take my work home. I'd be going nuts at home, bro. I'd be going fucking nuts because these people that go crazy don't have anybody for them. They don't have anybody. They do not have anybody. So you feel as though you need to be there for them because they don't have anybody. And that's where that whole cycle, I feel like it's a vicious cycle. Like, I feel like all that situation is a vicious cycle. I had so much opportunity to become a psycho, and I didn't because my mother was such a good mom. These are the things that I say about my father, like not before, but right now. I don't want it in the podcast. It could be the raw shit. My father's a fucking psycho, like a psycho, like psycho. I'm trusting you, Jimmy. Don't say this shit. But like a fucking psycho, like legitimately a psycho. She knows it. Oh, I thought that was her. Oh yeah. She knows. I thought that was it because it took you. No, she knows it. My father is a fucking. If I did not have my mother, I would have been I'm pretty sure I would have been a sociopath on the street.
They're polar opposites. I don't even know how that happened.
That's what I feel as though. But this actually goes back to our change subject is because I feel like change is a growth aspect. Actually, I want to shout out one of our friends really fast. Kay, you're one of the most amazing people that I've met.
Yes, my
literally.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you're one of the most amazing. I brought up to her something. I brought it up to you as well. And I don't want to say it out here because God knows you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to bring it up, but I brought something up, and I'll bring it up to the podcast once it happens. We'll see what goes down, but it's something that's developing right now. And I explained to you and I explained to her that it's something that's completely out of my comfort zone. Yeah. I get really intact with people. Like, I get really, like, emotionally linked with people. And that's why I don't like to meet new people. Yeah. Like, I don't like to and that's the thing with me is because once I'm linked, I'm linked. Like, I love you forever. Even my fucking ex. Yeah. Like, he knows that I'll love him till the day I die. Yeah. He knows, but it just isn't there. Like, that's why I'm very weary with meeting new people and because I already know. But Alyssa gave me some really good advice. Damn, that's probably fucked up because now they're going to know Alyssa is Kay. I got to stop. You have to cut out all the Alyssas because she's going to kill me. Her
name is Alyssa and Kay.
No, but she does not like to. Yeah, so make sure you take out all the lists.
We're not taking shit out.
No, she hates that shit. No, she hates that shit. All right.
No one who knows her is going to really.
But when you do make this, make sure you try to edit all the Alyssas out.
No, we're not doing that, Amy. We're gonna post it how it is, bro. This is not the Kardashians. It's not reality TV. Like,
I just don't want because I don't think she likes the Alyssa name.
That's her fucking name, dude. What do you mean?
I don't think she likes the Alyssa name.
She'll be fine. You think that she's gonna?
She's all grown up.
Yeah,
all
like
grown up. What is it, like the Rugrats?
Trying to spell it out.
All grown up with you. No. Listen, we can. All right.
She's not gonna cut you
Can
off.
we meet?
Do you want me to text her so you feel better about it?
We'll text her after, but we have to be. No, all right.
We're
so
not
let me keep going.
Shit.
Right.
I don't want to.
She gave me such great advice, which I feel like we all, as a consensus, should know. But she gave me really great advice. She basically said that the situations that bring you to change, which is something that where you draw the ultimatum, like it could be with yourself, it could be with somebody else, it could be with a job, it could be with a family member, it could be with anything. You draw an ultimatum. There's obviously something going on that you feel as though nothing's changing, everything's stagnant, so I have to draw an ultimatum. And I feel like that's where change develops from. And she explained to me that regardless of what stems from this, and you need to be prepared for whatever, because sometimes we think the best, like, oh, where this could happen. It could draw out to be one of the most challenging situations that you've been through, but you have to be prepared, you know? And you have to know that this will draw you out to something better.
To something better, yeah.
And during these times, like, let's say that this change does bring about kind of one of the most downest, dullest moments of your life, that will bring lessons, like severe lessons. I've known that, but I haven't known it in the way that I had told you guys about yet, which promise you I will tell you soon what it is, but I don't know where the outcome is, and I can't do it yet because it has to do, yeah. But I will tell you about, real quick, I think we can branch into this in other podcasts, but real quick, I'll tell you about like a big change situation that I felt in my life that like completely dragged me was my divorce. I was in a relationship. It was very new to me. I went gun-ho. It was my first relationship. I was very into it. And till this day, me and him are really good friends. Don't have anything bad to say about him. Prior to that, yes. During those moments, yes. You were a piece of shit.
Obviously.
You were a piece of shit. He wants to hear the podcast. He'll hear this. You were a piece of shit during those times. But now we're at a really good place. Have mad love for you. I feel like after everything that went down, we finally noticed that what had happened was meant to happen. Yeah. But I did not realize that then. I was in a relationship, and I thought this was my end-all, be-all, you know? And I was so unhappy, but I thought I had to be unhappy because I've never felt that way ever in my life.
Like the love.
The love, yeah. And then I realized, like, crying every fucking night or, like, fighting every night, crying every night, not to put our relationship out on blast, but that was a thing. I can't deal with that. You know that I can't deal with that as a person. So we decided to take a break. After that break, many things transpired, and then we ended up getting a divorce. This happened. We took a break November 2019, and we ended up being divorced November 2020, which is crazy.
Oh, shit,
that's crazy.
Full
that
type shit.
Yeah, that's crazy that it ended up happening. But it took me a long time to realize that was meant for me because I was devastated. I was like, how the fuck could this happen? Like, I wasted so much of my time, like this and that and that. I finally realized, like, you maybe could have done a lot more for yourself during that time, but I didn't waste no time. I learned so fucking much, bro. Like, you have no idea. I learned what I want. I learned what I need. I learned what I need to accomplish. I learned what I want to develop. Like, it was a complete eye-opener once I got over the emotional aspect of the situation. Like, it was something crazy. You have no idea how change ends up being for you till you're finally
through it.
Yeah.
Because change is uncomfortable and it's very fucking scary.
Red Bull, sorry, babe.
Oh yeah, no. Hey. It's
Leave
very
it there
fucking
so
scary,
I don't
but
have
like
to keep interrupting you.
no, it's really nuts what you go through to learn something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you went through a marriage and you went through all that to learn whatever. It's so crazy, even us talking about the fact that you were married, because we were both always the serial single people. Like, always. Like,
Still are, though.
Still are. To this day, I'm still that person. I've never been in a serious relationship in my life. Like, none.
No, but I'm saying, like, we basically still are. I went through that, like, basically phase, but keep going.
It was like, so I feel like it was so crazy for you to be married because we were like, yo, it's always us. Like, we're always going to been the single people we always have. And then you went through what you went through. And I feel like, so the difference with me is, though, as much as I've always been single, I've been like in a million situationships. Like, I haven't been in a relationship with situationships.
way more than so I feel like I've been
my
through that
God,
and then your
dude.
situationships have made up for that one fucking
Bro,
relationship that I've
because
been
it
through.
never stops. I think I've had like maybe from the time that I did start dating or situation shipping.
You had what are you talking about? You had relationships before I got with you had.
I had a relationship at middle school, but that
They
doesn't
were,
count.
but the thing is, your shit was always with girls. Your shit was. You're gay. You have to understand that. You're gay. You're gay. But then you like, then you like men too.
I was just talking
so
about this last night. I forget who I was telling this to. Oh, Stacy. I feel like look, I'm coming out on the podcast. I feel like
she's gay, guys.
yeah.
That was her coming out. I said it for her. She's gay.
I feel like maybe I'm lesbian. Like I don't know. Like
No,
okay,
I wouldn't call you lesbian.
Listen, no, this is how let me explain it. So right, I like having sex. I'm gonna be raw as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I like having sex with men the same way that you would like using a vibrator. You know what I'm saying? You're not emotionally attracted to a vibrator. You don't want to marry your vibrator, but you'll use it to get off, right? That's how I feel about having sex with men. I'm not emotionally attracted to most men. I don't have deep feelings for most men. I really don't. Even when I have sex with them, it's really not the best thing ever. I've never came with a man ever. Never, none. I've had more sex with men than women, and none of them I've ever came with.
Well,
Every woman that I've had sex with, though.
Well, I will say for your entire game, maybe right now isn't the best to say that because you know
because
we have to cut
babe,
that
I'm
whole.
not talking about you.
Yeah, we have to cut
No,
that.
We're not cutting.
But,
Stop thinking
all
we're gonna
right.
cut shit out. We're
I've
not.
been saying cut like
We're not
25/7.
cutting- none
I've
of
been
this
saying
should be
cut
cut.
off of everything. I'd be like cut, scene.
Ain't
like,
shit getting cut out. Babe, I'm not talking to you. My man. Who's
But-
not my man? Who is my man?
But
You know who you are. I ain't talking about you. You were the only one that.
But listen, no, I actually, we've spoken about this, and I guess I will get a little. I guess I will get a little raw, a little bit
You
too.
should.
To tell you, you remember when we spoke about like where we. Damn, are we gonna get this like
Kid,
crazy?
girl, you're the only one holding back. You keep holding back this whole shit.
All
Like,
right,
get over
are we
it.
gonna? Are we okay? Do you remember when we talked about like orgasm, and I said that I get orgasm off penetration, and you
Yeah,
said
and
that
I was
I've
like,
never had that.
never.
Like I'm more of a like finger head
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of whatever, and that's when I realized, I personally,
I feel like that's the straightest shit ever.
yeah, like I definitely. Can you finish me off?
But I know that there's like lesbians who they come from penetration. Like, well, obviously these are strap on, but that's
no,
their shit.
every woman
But for
deserves.
me, like,
Every
and
woman
I
loves
know
and deserves.
actually I'm not saying that it's not pleasurable. It is, but I do know straight lesbians, like even studs, who their preference is penetration. You know, that's whatever. So I don't want to say it's the straightest thing ever because you can be gay and penetration is what gets you off, and you're still gay. You just need to get penetrated by a strap-on from a woman because you're gay. But for me, no. Like, penetration does not do anything for me. Like, the only thing that I come off of is head. And the best head that I've ever always gotten was from women.
And that's why I feel like it. So, for example, I feel like not for example. I mean, I feel like in general, I think that your preference draws off of. I feel like your orgasm draws off of your preference. That's what I meant to say. I feel like your orgasm draws off of your preference. It could be somebody that you're so into and they could do penetration and you'll fucking be into it. But that's why I also feel like that it also depends on your sexuality. A girl will most likely do that. They could definitely do penetration. I feel like that's a very big norm, but you're just into the girl, so you're with whatever they want to do. I'm more of a penetration type of person, and I like that stuff. So I don't know.
It's very weird.
I feel like it's very subjective,
I feel
to be
like
honest,
also-
because I've also had My mom cannot listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
God. My mom
God,
cannot
no.
listen to this. My sister can't listen to this.
I'm sorry.
I no, it is what it is. It is what it is. The only people that I'm worried about is my mom and my sister. I don't even give a my mom. My mom cannot listen to this. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna fucking say it. Oh my God. Fuck it.
Exactly.
No,
You can't have
I don't give. This is the thing. I don't give a fuck about who hears about what I've been through. It's my mother. My mother. My mother. I have to. No, I'm gonna get home tonight and wake her up from her sleep and be like, Ma.
Promise.
No, I'm being dead.
Pinky promise.
No, I'm being serious.
I know you are. That's why it's funny.
No, she can't hear this.
Well, say what you're gonna
All
say.
right. I've had sexual encounters with both sexes. Enjoyed them both. That's for sure. I am not a lesbian in any type of form, as in, like, I want to be with a girl for the rest of my life. If anybody knows me, I'm too masculine. I'm too.
You want to procreate? Is that what?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think. No, actually,
No, because that has never been your biggest interest.
yeah,
ever.
no, not at all. So, if that was my biggest interest, I still would have been with my ex. We broke up because he wanted to have kids. I know.
Yeah,
that's
right?
Everybody
Right.
was. But back to what we were saying before.
Right.
Back to what we were saying before. No, it has nothing to do with that. And also, I feel like me saying that I'm too masculine is actually like not because I know a lot of dykes that are very. I've met a lot of dykes or like women in general, like femmes that are like super masculine or whatever. And oh my God,
chicken.
is that your daughter? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Amy. Nice to meet you.
Treasure. Nice to meet you.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry, okay.
So I feel like it is not the best for me to say like that I'm too masculine. But I think it is.
Yeah, because that doesn't even make sense. Because you're too masculine, then you shouldn't be. If standards, according to standards, then you shouldn't be with men. You should be with women if you're too masculine. I just feel like you're not emotionally attracted to women.
Yeah, and also
You
I
like
do
men.
feel like it has to do with the fact that I feel like I read women too easily. I feel like I read women too easily. That is.
That would make you the perfect lesbian.
No, that makes me somebody that does not have anything to do after that. Like, basically, I have no fun. No, I'm being dead serious, guys. No, I'm being dead. Like, no offense, but that's why I feel like I'm not.
No offense. It's just funny. You sound like a fuck nigga. Like, you do. Like, you'd be like the perfect fuck nigga ass stud. Like, you would like be future. Like, the future of like.
And I feel like I have been with the women that I've been with. I'm not good with women. I know I'm not good with women. I'm not good with women. Men, I feel like I'm just as fuckerish with, but for some reason they still have like
it's like a competition.
Yeah,
Aries, and you guys like that competitive.
I think.
Shit.
Do you know what it is with men? Is that men are kind of oh man, I'm gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Men are stupid. Men are stupid. Men are stupid, and men have like this whole like long list, and then I kind of just like revamp that whole list for them. Like they're like, all right, so this is gonna go on, and this is gonna go on, and this is gonna go on. I'm like, this is gonna go on point blank. Yeah, deadass. Like I don't know what it is with men. I feel like they got like they. I feel like men come across women. They're like, all right, women are this, and that, and I'm like, hit you with a different type of ball game, babe.
Yeah.
Like I'm not that. Like hello.
And I feel like that's how I feel about women. Like with men, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. Like I know they're dumb because they are dumb, but I just like, I don't know. I just don't. I can't. But with women, I just like, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. With women, I care more to put more effort in to figure out what we're doing and like switch it up or whatever. With men, I'm just like, yo, what are you trying to fuck or not? Like that literally, that's my approach to any man that I've ever dealt with.
And
it's
that's
just
the
like,
exact
we doing this or
opposite.
not, and we're not, okay, boom, like, I'm over it. Like, I don't care. But with women, I'm just like, I'm trying to say this.
So then
I'm trying to be
have-
smooth. I'm gonna take you on a date. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, bro, literally, there was a question one time on Twitter, and it was like, "What was the most that you ever spent on a date?" And I quoted it right, and I was like, "With the woman, $150. With a nigga, $12. $12. I remember the exact time, like $12. I bought 2 beers. It came to $12. That was the most I spent on the whole shit.
Did you get
with a woman?
Did you? What happened? What did you get from
And I
that
was-
$12?
and I was pissed
What
I
did
spent
you
that
get from the
$12?
$12?
Nigga, I was so tight. I spent those $12. I was heated.
What did you get from that $12?
Not even the beer, because I didn't even want the beer. I didn't even care to get the beer. He bought the first round of beers, and he was like, "Oh, like let's
You
get
said
more."
you're gonna throw your-
He bought the first round of beers, so he paid the first $12. First of all, whatever. He paid for the movie tickets. Cool. Then we went to a bar.
Wait, a movie. What did you watch? What did you watch?
Fuck, what movie was it? What movie was that shit? Oh my god, I don't even remember. I don't remember what movie it was, because it was so. I was so upset about the $12. I don't remember shit.
It was probably like some shit like Transformers.
No, it wasn't.
Stop doing that. Pew, 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 pew. Stop doing that. Can you take my pew, 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 and keep doing it? Wait, shout out to Jonathan, that Puerto Rican, because that's what he used to do. He used to go pew, 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 pew. That's what he. I think he still works at some place in Warwick. I think.
What are you talking about?
Some kid, Jonathan, that I used to work with. Kitty used to literally go like, like that, just like that. He used to go. All right, so you guys went to watch Transformers.
Yeah, no, we didn't watch Transformers. Oh, you know what we watched? One of the
Transformers
one
Part
of the
2.
fucking, what's that nigga's name? Michael Myers, like the third one.
Oh, Halloween.
The one that Trey Songz was
Halloween.
in. That shit was horrible. Oh my god. Horrible. And I don't even watch scary movies. You know I don't watch
Yeah,
scary
yeah,
movies.
yeah.
But that shit, and he was like, no, my bro. I was like, all right, whatever. But and I wasn't the shit the whole time like this. And then after a point, I was like, I can watch this. It was so bad. The movie was so bad. But whatever. Like, I didn't care that it was bad, because then we just kind of talked through a movie because it was bad. And he was cool. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, if he sees this, which he probably will, you were cool, dude. But I was dead pissed about the $12. Like, we went to a bar. He bought the first round, and then he was like, oh, let's get another one. And I was like, okay. Mind you, I was already lit because I had bought a drink at the movie theater, because they used to have a bar, like, right there. And so I was already kind of lit. And you know me, like,
Very expensive bar, just saying.
oh, but their drinks are good, though. They get you fucked up. And so I was really fucked up. Like, I really did not need to drink more. Then we got to there. He bought another drink, so I drank that. So I was good. Like, I did not want another drink. He was like, oh, let's get another round. I'm thinking, because you brought it up, we just talked about this. If you bring up more drinks, you should be the one paying for it.
I agree.
You brought it up. So why the fuck, now that we're getting the drinks, you're looking at me to pay?
Do you want another drink?
And I had the money to pay for it, and I paid for it, but I still was just like, what the fuck? I was so annoyed by that. So annoyed. And then he just did other shit that I was just like, ugh, no. But with a girl, though, fuck out of here. I go ham. I'll go ham. Like, I'm like noting shit that you said you wanted to do. I'm going to pay for that shit. I'm going to pay for shit that we're doing while we're doing that shit. Like, I don't know. With women, I be simping my ass
So you're
off.
starting to realize what you enjoy more.
like
And I feel like that comes with growth. No, but I feel like that's actually, this is a weird thing.
But
I
it's
feel
not
like
surprising. I've only dated women. Like, I've never had a boyfriend ever. I don't say I say that I've never been in a relationship, but I have. But, like, they don't count because they've never been, like, long.
you
But every time that I have been in a relationship,
kind
it's
of
been, you know what I'm
have.
saying?
I think you discredit them,
I
which
do.
is like kind of like something. I feel like you do. I feel like this is me. it okay if I put you out there for a
Yeah.
second? So, I feel like every serious thing that you've ever been through, you discredit them when they don't work out the way you want it to be. You discredit it. You think that it's like, oh no, that was just somebody that I met at fucking Amazon.
Yeah,
oh,
'cause
Amazon
fuck
isn't
them.
a place to fucking meet. God damn it.
Well, maybe I met them at Amazon. Maybe we're coworkers. Whatever. Anytime that
Thanks for the save. You were trying to be such a good friend. Kid, I said Amazon.
whatever. Like
Oh
maybe.
my God.
Honestly, I've met bitches in stupider ways. I don't fucking know. Literally. I have.
You said we could have been coworkers. You're the best.
I've literally met people. Literally.
You're the fucking best.
I have met people in stupider. Lil, one of the situationships. Whatever. You know, whatever you want to call it. I don't play it. I call them situationships. To me, they're situationships. If they say it's a relationship, okay, cool, we was in a relationship. I don't know. Anywho, one of them, literally, I met her, and I was just like, I don't know why people, like, why bitches like her. Like, I don't get it. And then...
Yeah, his laugh is monumental, bro. It'd just be like,
And then my homegirl comes over, mad drunk, and she's like, oh my God, she's so banging. I'm like, really? You think so? Hell. That next time me and her see each other, the same girl, she's like flirting with me, and I'm like, oh. All of a sudden, all of a sudden I start
You're
seeing
with
what she was
it.
saying. I'm like, okay.
You're
Maybe
with
she is cute all the time. No, I don't. And that didn't work out either. I'm telling you, like, it just don't be working out. And so I don't claim it. I feel like I've never been in, I'm not going to claim a relationship as a relationship until I've been in it at least 3 months. Damn, I feel like that's the minimum. I've never been in none of those for more than like a month or two, maybe on and off. Like, but I don't consider on and off like consistent. Like, I've dealt with people on and off for over a year, but like we weren't on for the whole year.
Do you feel like that has to do with you seeing red flags and then also disregarding them at the same time?
I always disregard red flags.
Because I feel like my
I'd be
first...
like, that flag looks white to
But
me.
I feel like that's also you regarding and disregarding at the same time, because I feel like my first relationship, I feel like I disregarded a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
I feel like there were good ones, but then I feel like I feel like you disregard and regard them at the same time.
I do, because like,
Yeah.
it's pissing me off. So,
But then you're so hot, so I'm just gonna fuck with it. Like,
yeah, it's like,
man, we need to take an intermission because I need to pee.
me too, kind of.
Damn, I know we're not supposed to do this.
Okay.
Oh, so then
Perfect.
we have. So let's close it off.
So we should close it off, right? What were we just talking about? I don't even know. Oh,
So
situationships. Honestly, I feel like that would be a great topic for the next time. And
I
so that's where we
also
should pick it up.
think that change is a fucking blessing. I feel like I think that was kind of like the topic
The
of like our
general-
whole
Yeah.
conversation was like change. It's something that you are never looking forward to, but that you don't realize it till after it happens, that you're just like, wow, I needed this.
It's very necessary. Yeah.
I think that we should be okay with change. I'm learning that. I actually, real quick before we end it, is that something happened to me like a few days prior, and a usual act that I would something usual that I would react to it is that I would go off and like be like, oh, this and that, and I decided to take a different route. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation, and then I'm gonna see how this person reacts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it helped me out a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it ended up being something much more convenient for me than it was for the other person. And
that's what it is. I feel like a lot of times people think when you change that it's about other people, you're doing it for other people or whatever. It's about you, bro. Fuck anybody else. Like, fuck that. Do what you got to do. Also be patient with yourself, because you're not going to change overnight. not going to change in a week. You might not even change in a month. Take your time. Be patient. Know that you have a goal and that you can get there. And that's just pretty much it. I have to pee, though, so I'm on this.
I have to pee, too. But, wait, did I introduce myself in the beginning? I don't remember. But my name is Amy. My name is Amy. I'm 25, and I'm 25.
This is not a dating profile.
And I'm 25.
But
oh, wait, I'm turning 26 April. Wait, no, I'm not going to say it.
She's an Aries.
Aries, baby.
April 18th, and I'm a Cancer. July 15th.
That wasn't. It was April. It was April 19th.
Okay.
All right,
what I said.
goodbye.
Anywho, we're gonna go, guys, because we have to pee. Because we've been drinking, as you can probably expect.
We've been drinking.
So let's make a drinking game of this.
The Drunk Truth. Subscribe to at The Drunk Truth on Twitter, on Facebook.
Wait. No, there's an underscore after. Subscribe to our Twitter, our Instagram. We're going to have a Facebook too. It's going to be The Drunk Truth _. And subscribe. Apple. We'll be on Apple. We'll be on Spotify. We'll be on YouTube. Anything you want to see us on, we'll be there. So follow us on all that. Share, please. We appreciate it.
And also follow our individual accounts.
Yes. I am Trigger Tresh on Twitter and Instagram. TRIGGATREASH.
To be completely honest, follow her because mines are disregarded.
You need to be more present.
You can. All right, so you can follow me. Amy at Amy Sheckler is every single one of my accounts. Facebook is Amy Smith. God damn it, I hate putting that out there.
Don't follow
but I don't really use them. Treasure's more of the person to follow. And then now, I guess, if we're going to be talking more about things, then I'll definitely be on there to discuss them. So,
but, give your feedback, give your likes, what you didn't like. If you guys want to give us topics or even
to
have
talk
questions,
about, for
100% do that. We love that.
Actually, I think there's 3 topics that we hit today that we want to, that we could branch off next one. It's either situationships, mental health, or
it's a lot. There's gonna be a lot going on.
So if there's anything that you want to bank on next time, let us know.
But we thank you guys for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye.